Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Olivia, Miss Henrietta, and myself, Miss Mollie. And you are watching the Mollie Show.
Tonight we'll be talking about self-love to better understand what we'll be discussing tonight. When we say self-love, we mean you loving yourself. So mentally, how do you think of yourself? Psychologically, how you treat yourself, and physically, how you see yourself.
We thank you all so much for joining. We're going to start with Miss Mollie. Mollie, what is self-love?
One of the biggest struggles in life today is accepting oneself. So I for one, I think self-love will start with self-acceptance. It is kind of difficult to love yourself without actually accepting yourself. Loving yourself by being yourself. Stay true to yourself no matter what. Self-love is to do you. Do not compare yourself with others. Self-love is loving you unconditionally no matter what.
Yes. You said something. You said self-love is loving you unconditionally. So let's go deeper into that. What does unconditional love mean to you?
Well, to me, accepting yourself despite your failures, your flaws, your limitation is an unconditional love, unconditional self-love. Loving and accepting yourself takes you to another dimension in life. For example, I would say you easily let go of self-judgment and you are more self-forgiving. And self-judgment in what way? What will make you, like, we always judge ourselves based on circumstances in life, like you're supposed to help somebody, you did not step in and help the person and something went wrong and you start judging yourself. But when you have self-love, you start accepting yourself, it will put you in a place where you easily let go of that self-judgment. And we all know that most of the time, self-forgiveness will lead us to overcoming guilt. You know, those little guilt. If I was there, hadn't been I was there, my sister would have not been messed up. Hadn't been I was there, my brother, things would have gone right. All those little guilt that we carry around every day, when we start loving ourselves more, it's going to lead us to self-forgiveness, which is going to lead us to overcoming those guilt, you know? And at times you're in a relationship, you invest everything in that relationship, money, life, everything, invest, you name it, right? And then at the end of the day, he or she dumped you for somebody else. And then you start blaming yourself that the reason they left is your fault. You did not love them enough for them to stay. No, stop. They are responsible for their feelings, and you should stop blaming yourself and start loving yourself and start accepting yourself more, because loving yourself is very important part of your life.
So from all what you have been saying, you think self-love is important?
Yes, self-love is important.
So why do you think self-love is important?
Self-love works wonders. Once you start loving yourself, you gradually stop worrying about what people think about you. Like you don't worry about it. You act more naturally, you act more spontaneously, and self-love will allow you to be authentic. You can finally relax. Do you know how relaxing it is to just stay there and don't even don't worry about what people think about you or what they will say about you. You can finally relax, and it allows you to be truly who you are on the inside, and outwardly people can really connect to the real you. You know, you are in a situation where you are in no shame or no fear revealing the true person inside, and it will also help you to like know your self-worth, and knowing your self-worth will lead you to a good self-esteem. And I would say this is one of the keys to happiness is self-love. And it will also help you to accept others in your life, because we all know that you cannot accept people without accepting people out of love without even loving yourself.
Good one. Amazing. Amazing, Mollie. Thank you so much. Well, we've seen that self-love will boost our self-esteem in a good way. What I love most about what you just said was love yourself despite your flaws, failures, and limitation. Because most of the time, we tend to love ourselves only when things are going in a positive direction.
That's true. That's
Yeah, I
true.
know. Thank you so much, Mollie. Mr. Reta, what do you think about that?
Oh my God. Just sitting and listening. It's amazing, like you said, Miss Olivia. And thank you, Miss Molly, for that. Before I go to that, I got some like one point she talked about glowing. And I want to tell you ladies glow. That's just to tell you that inside you is really the self-love. Because so when inside is glowing, outside also glows. So Miss Olivia, like you said, I was also touched by that, most especially with like you loving yourself irrespective of your limitations.
Yeah.
So no matter what you have. So, but I have a question. Coming from wrong, from my understanding, self-love leads to happiness. Miss Olivia, is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, of course. I think self-love, it will lead to happiness. It will lead to happiness, excuse me.
Yes, like you said, it leads to happiness. So, Miss Olivia, what does the word happiness means to you in your own words?
Mm. Let's say, the answer to that question will provide like a more formulated and clear understanding of what is worth striving for.
Yes.
Whatever business a person is doing, you, him or her, it has to bring you joy or happiness. I'll say for myself, like to me, I can sit and being watch shows on Netflix. It brings me joy. Whatever you are doing, make sure it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Ultimately, this is the meaning of life. I think that is self-love. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress. It's about self-acceptance and always celebrating it. You all know me. I will celebrate any milestone. For me, that is self-love. Celebrate it, and most importantly, self-love isn't just something you do on the weekends, like, hey, we need to go hang out, you dress well, look good, and then you say, self-love for the weekend. No, it's something you practice every day of your life. You are
Yeah.
responsible for your own happiness.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's great, Miss Olivia. Thank you. And I catch two things from you, your Netflix movies. I tell you, whenever you put them on status, I always try to go through them and watch them and they're interested. Thank you for that. And also, you talked about you celebrating yourself all the time. Yeah, you're right, girl. I can be testify for that. It's awesome. So let's put it in this way. Can anyone rely on themselves for self-love, if you don't mind?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a serious matter. Can you create, I'll ask the question back, can you create the life you dream of on your own, without
Mhm,
counting on anyone, without asking for anyone's help? The
mhm.
behavior and thoughts of people, trust me, at times they are so unpredictable that your whole existence can just, boom, change in 1 second at the behest of the person who you are depending on. So for me, self-love means your life should be only in your hands. Again, just like I said before, you are responsible for your own happiness. It doesn't matter how close you are to people, what the plans you have that you are building, you have only you. Learn to support yourself, find your interests, fall in love with life alone. To me, that is self-love.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, this is another question that goes to you still, Miss Olivia. What is self-love not? Like, what's the opposite of self-love?
Yeah, good one. Yeah, we've talked about the good part. Let's go to the
Yes.
other part. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So to me, self-love is not just another New Year resolution. Hey, it's 31st of December. I'm not going to do this and do that. And by the end of January, we've forgotten about it. It's not about being selfish.
It's
Self-love
true.
is about taking care of yourself and
Mhm.
doing what you need to do to be happy, healthy, and fulfilled. You can only give your best when you feel good in your own skin. Remember, I just said that if you are good
Mhm.
inside, you glow.
Oh.
That means loving yourself unconditionally, your flaws and everything. And it also means surrounding yourself with people who support you, in your journey. You cannot try to, love yourself and try to grow and with people who do not support you. It cannot work. It's not being perfect. It's about making progress. We all fail, in our endeavors. It's about self-acceptance and also celebrating the fact that, hey, maybe I did not succeed. I'm going to do it again next time. And most importantly, self-love isn't just something you do on weekends. I said that earlier. It's something
Oh,
you
yeah.
practice every day of your life. By
Yeah.
practicing self-love, you will create a solid foundation for future relationships with yourself. Knowing yourself will be the beginning of a happy life full of good self-love. You don't judge or criticize yourself,
Mm-hmm.
ladies. Yeah,
Most of
for
the
all
time.
of my viewers, not only ladies, all my viewers, you don't judge or
Yeah.
criticize yourself, but instead appreciate all that makes up who you are as a person. And when
Right.
it comes to your physical appearance, self-love means accepting yourself for who you are right now, and trust me, not wishing for something different or trying to be someone else.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Miss Olivia. That was amazing. I always try to get some points from you, and I'm gonna say this one. You talked about the New Year resolution. Mine was losing weight. I tell you, sister, right now, I'm still in the same weight. So, oh my God, I really need to accept myself. Thank you so much, Miss Olivia. I appreciate
Keep
that.
it up. Don't give up. If that's what
I
you
would
want,
not.
we need to fight for
I,
it.
I tell you. So I'll go back to our sister, Miss Molly. Miss Molly, what do you think? What do you think about what Miss Olivia just talked about?
Absolutely amazing. Like when Miss Olivia was talking, there was something that I really captivated and I had to like write it down somewhere.
Mm,
And I will quote, accepting yourself for who you are right now, not with wishing for something different or trying to be someone else.
yes.
That is so deep. It makes me think and think even more. So I'll ask, and this question goes to Miss Henrietta. What are the things standing in the way for someone accepting themselves? Or let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase the question. What is standing in the way of you accepting love, self-love, or accepting yourself?
Oh, thank you so much, Miss Molly, for that. I know we've been talking about the good things about it and one thing about not accepting yourself. But like you said, what really comes in the way of someone not accepting themselves, I would think of one thing, family, most especially parents like ourselves or our siblings, brothers and sisters. Sometimes they say hurtful things to you. And some words like you're worthless, you're not smart, you're dumb, and others that usually contribute to a child's growing to adulthood. Not loving and trusting in in oneself, sorry, and people around you. So most of the time the siblings and parents make you to like not like yourself. And I have another one. Most people usually use the social media. Like now in this century, every kid is with a tablet or with an iPad or with whatever they have. And all that contributes to what? Most of the time they look at things that make them not to love themselves. So most of the time they hate themselves and they hate people around them through social media, Facebook, Instagram, and the rest. I will also have a lot of changes in our lives. I will start practicing self-love to myself. It took me time. I've always been a confident lady, but I tell you, when I had 3 kids, I just told you that having this chubby skin I have right now from the 3 kids, which I really love so much from C-section, then I gained a lot of weight. And I will tell you that I was down. I was depressed. Yes. So now, but I try to learn to love my chubby body and my flaws. Man, I tell you, I am unstoppable now. You can see me. I am extremely happy. And with myself being happy, I think looking and then loving myself helps me to love others too. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. I like the spirit. You are unstoppable. That's the good way to go, girl.
Yeah.
Unstoppable. I love it. I love it. And I get where you are coming from, you know. A lot of women, after having kids, their body takes a different turn completely. And
Yes.
after having 3 kids, I think your body must have taken 3 different turns. So how do you think, I have another question for you, Miss Henrietta. How do you think your life would change if you started practicing self-love?
Thank you, Miss Molly, for that. Start practicing self-love. That means loving yourself. It's good to be different from one person to another. It's really going to be different. So you will take care of yourself, your needs. That's like the first thing, take care of yourself. Learn to give to yourself. You celebrating yourself, like Miss Olivia said, every milestone. Beauty, celebrating the beauty and freedom of being true to yourself, like you said, Miss Molly, at the beginning, and you gaining a satisfaction cells of you trusting yourself. So if you really trust yourself, you really love yourself. Like I said before, better mental health, high self-esteem, and more motivation will cause you to laugh more, care more, serve your community more, and above all, love more.
Right.
So, like you said, when you fall, do not stay there. Get up, move forward. Failures is sometimes a good thing because it helps you to learn something and then to love yourself from the failures. So personally, I love this topic. I tell you, ladies, you know it, because it drives, it's a driving force in my life. Whenever I post something, I always put the hashtag of humble, hashtag satisfaction, hashtag family. And most especially, I put hashtag self-love. So there are so many theories and speculations about this topic, I tell you, of self-love and what each individual feels about it. But looking at it, ladies and viewers, it boils down to one thing: self-care. Self-care, that means it's obvious that if you genuinely love others, you also love yourself.
Right.
And also self-care can, it's physical. Like I got to take a shower before I stand here to talk to you ladies or go out. So that's physical cleanliness,
Yeah.
emotionally, mental awareness, and loving others. So most people fake it. Yeah, most people fake self-love via social media. They post things that they're not, and it's not healthy for them. Most people become depressed through that because people try to see what they're doing and they know it's fake. And then some people depend on drugs too. Most time it ends to killing themselves. And let me tell you, one thing I know is self-love is self-health. So thank you
Wow.
so much
Wow.
for that, Ms.
Wow.
Molly.
That's amazing. That's wow. I can only say wow.
Thank you.
Self-love
It's
is
self-help.
self-help. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. That's really like, wow. Thank you. Thank you so much for
I
sharing with us.
appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, Henrietta. Man, that was deep. Thank you so much. And thank you, Molly. It was amazing having this conversation with you ladies tonight. And to our viewers out there, we appreciate you. We want to use this opportunity to thank you for all your likes and all your comments. We've been having so much feedback already in our inboxes, but this is an opportunity for you. If you have a question, drop it in the comment section. And trust me, we'll reach out as soon as we can. If there's any topic that you want us to discuss, drop them in here, send it to our inbox. We'll reply to you as soon as we can.
And continue to like and follow our YouTube page, Facebook page, TikTok, and Instagram.
And we see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.